Hey guys, Craig Turley here from Surreyeats, and I am at Big Ridge Brewery, known for their food, but more importantly known for their beers. So I'm here with...
I'm Jason Armitage, and I'm the head brewer with Big Ridge Brewing Company.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here since the end of April.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your background?
So my background is in brewing. I've been brewing for about 3 years.
Yeah.
I was the assistant brewer at Trading Post Brewing in Langley before I came on board here. And I went to beer school, a legitimate beer school. So I'm an alumni from Olds College, from their Brewmaster and Brewery Operations program in Olds, Alberta. So before that, I have a background in retail, where I sold boutique wines and boutique craft beer. So I've always loved beer.
Lots of alcohol.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
I have a love for wines.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a tour and show us what you're all about, and let's see what you got.
Sure. Well, this brew system has been around for 20 years, and it's built very strong. So it's built from Ripley Stainless, and we actually had a location across the street, and this equipment was originally across the street and has come on board over here. So I'll go through a little bit of the process of how beer is made. So outside we have a silo that we keep our base grain, and when we're about to brew a beer, we'll grind it into this mill. When we grind that grain into this mill, create something called grist. We'll move it up through this auger, all the way down here through the grist and into our mash tun. So really we're just trying to make oatmeal. So once we make oatmeal, it's all about getting those sugars. So at a specific rate, at a specific temperature of water and a certain amount of water, we'll get those starches that are in that malt, turn those into sugars. Then we'll recirculate it. Grain's great, makes an amazing filter bed. We'll move it through here and into our brew kettle. And in our brew kettle is where we add hops. Every single beer has a little bit of hops, and that's for balance. So that will add a little bit of bittering components and even some aromatic components. Boil this for 90 minutes. I'll do a technique called whirlpooling to collect all that hot material and other items in the center. And I'll chill it through this into one of our 3 fermenters. And this is where I will dose yeast. And the yeast actually will go through and eat those sugars and produce carbon dioxide and alcohol. Most brewers, including myself, like to look at themselves as they don't really make beer. We create a clean and pristine environment for yeast to make beer for us. So with all the different combinations of yeast and hops and malts, there's a large amount of variety that we can do to create beer. So from anywhere between 2 weeks up to 4 weeks, it'll ferment. After that, then we'll transfer it and chill it. And that's where we head into our cellar. So into our cellar, we have 14 of these tanks. So with 14 of these tanks, this is where we'll chill it, and we don't filter. So we'll add a component that's completely vegan friendly, and we'll pull those proteins and clarify that beer for you. And this, as a brewer, we control every single drop from this tank to the taps when you come into Big Ridge. Over here is where we store some of our hops. We want to keep the hops cold. We'll have many different varieties. I use varieties from Germany, from the United Kingdom, Pacific Northwest, and even Australia. Each one of those regions has its own kind of terroir, so we'll bring different components to each of the beers. We'll also have some casks, so this is where we'll condition some casks for us. And this is where, as a brewer, we can play around with a base beer or seasonal beer and put different ingredients in it just to play around and do something different for you. At Big Ridge, we have a cask night every Friday. So every Friday at 4 p.m., we'll tap a new cask. So stay tuned with us on social media to know which cask is coming and come on down and try it. Most of the times I'm here, and I'd love to talk to you about how you feel about the cask beer. And there you have it. That's pretty much the brewery in a nutshell. Aside from a small office where I work on recipe development, a little bit of hydrometer some equipment so I can do some sugar testing. This is pretty much it. Not a large kingdom, but I'm proud to be kind of the king of it.
If there was one beer that you would recommend when someone comes in to Big Ridge, I know you have seasonals, but is there something that you would highly recommend for someone to try?
Oh yeah, if you haven't been with us before, I suggest to come down and try the 152 lager. So that has won awards before at the BC Brewing Awards. The recipe has been consistent for years, and it's our most popular seller. So that would be one that from hot sunny day to tough day to just coming down to celebrate. It's a great entry level beer.
You were talking to me about a metal band.
Yeah.
So why don't you fill me in on that?
So I brewed a beer for Crankshaft, and Crankshaft's a local metal band out of Vancouver, and I know the drummer really well. And basically, they all came in and brewed the beer with me, and we just kind of wanted to have something that if you were at a metal show, that you could drink a lot of and enjoy yourself and still get home safe, but also have some nice deep dark components, but not off-putting. Most people think dark beers are heavy. So I deliberately, with the band from Crankshaft, created a beer that's both quaffable and enjoyable, yet still has got that kind of dark, edgy character to it, but still has chocolate and coffee and all those lovable notes that we want.
So can people buy that?
You can come down here and have that on tap, and we do currently have it at Bee's Craft Beer Lounge in Langley.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys have an attached liquor, not attached, but it's just a short little jaunt, your liquor store. So you brew beer specifically for that as well?
Yeah, so we can all our core beers.
Yeah.
So we can our 152 lager, our Clover IPA, and our Rodeo Red.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's pretty good. Is there anything that you would, parting words that you'd like to tell people? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, drink fresh beer. Drink craft beer. No, it's everybody wants to try and keep local or try and have the freshest ingredients, and find your local craft brewery and go support them. There are a lot of hardworking men and women that are trying to bring artisanal product to you. Great opportunity for food pairings, etc. So get to know your local brewery. Come on down and even talk to the brewers, and we love talking about our craft.
So if it's not necessarily Big Ridge, go find a local brewery and support local.
That's right. Support
awesome.
Local. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. And do you throw in a plug for your other breweries as well that Mark James owns?
Absolutely. So Mark James Group, we have the Whistler High Mountain Brew House up in Whistler. They have great product. I personally recommend their 5 Rings IPA. And if you go to the Yaletown Brewing Company, Josh and Riley, great guys up there. They're always coming up with something different. Their apricot beer is one of my personal favorites. So definitely go check that crew out.
Awesome. But if you're in Surrey, stop by.
Come by Big Ridge.
Big Ridge, and the location is?
152nd or 56th number 10.
Yeah, so 56th Avenue and 152.
That's right.
We'll post a link in the bottom of this description of this video. If you guys have any questions for Jason, shoot me a message or hit us up on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Are you on LinkedIn?
I can be on LinkedIn for sure.
Okay,
yeah, they can find me on LinkedIn.
They can find you on LinkedIn. They can find you on Facebook. Thank you very much for doing this.
No problem.
For giving us a tour. That's great. I'm sure it showed some people that had no idea about how this